Right now, your dog is watching you. And whatever they see, it's not what you think it is. You probably believe your dog sees a slightly blurry version of your world. Maybe a little faded, maybe a little slow. You pet them, feed them, walk them, and you assume that your experience and their experience are roughly the same. Just yours with words, theirs without. But here's the truth that no one talks about. Your dog is living inside a completely different reality. A reality flooded with invisible signals, hidden emotions, and sensory information that your brain can't even begin to process. And in that reality, you are different. Your home is different. Your feelings are different. Everything is different. Stay with me until the very end, because the sixth thing on this list is the one that changes how you see your dog forever. It's not just strange, it's something that should make every dog owner stop and think. Let's begin. Think about the last time your dog walked into a room and immediately came straight to you. Not because you called them. Not because you had food. They just came and you probably thought, sweet dog, loyal dog. A study from the Sensory Research Institute at Florida State University described the dog's olfactory system as essentially a chemical time machine. They don't just smell what was there, they smell WH and it was there. This rewrites something you thought you understood. When your dog goes absolutely wild when you come home, spinning, yelping, jumping, that's not just love. That's relief. Because they could smell the exact length of your absence. They felt every hour of it. And here's something that cuts even deeper. Dogs can smell hormonal changes in the human body that signal illness, cancer, diabetes, epileptic episodes, hours or even days before symptoms appear. Some studies suggest dogs can detect certain cancers with over 90% accuracy through scent alone. They're not just smelling you. They're reading your body like a medical report. But here's where it gets even stranger, because what your dog actually sees is something science took decades to understand. You've probably heard that dogs are colorblind. And that's partially true. They don't see red and green the way you do. Their color range is closer to a human with red-green color blindness. Blues and yellows are vivid. Reds look brownish, greens and oranges blur together. But here's what nobody tells you. Where dogs lose in color, they gain in motion. Dogs have a higher flicker fusion rate than humans. Your eye processes about 60 frames per second. Your dog's eyes process significantly more. Some estimates suggest up to 70 to 80 frames per second. This means your dog sees motion in a level of detail that is invisible to you. What looks like a single smooth movement to your eye, a bird flying, a hand waving, your dog sees in almost slow motion, broken into crisp individual frames. This is why dogs respond to things you can't see. The flicker of a screen, a moth moving across a ceiling, a subtle twitch of your hand. Your body language, micro movements, shifts in posture, the tension in your shoulders, is broadcasting information to your dog in high definition. Think about what this means for your relationship. You may believe you're hiding your mood. You put on a calm face, you slow your breathing, but your dog is watching a high-speed film of your body. The subtle way your hands tighten, the small shift in your weight, the way your jaw sets before you even speak. You cannot lie to your dog with your body. A study from the University of Vienna found that dogs are extraordinarily good at reading human facial expressions and body posture. Not just the obvious ones, but subtle, quick changes that even humans miss when watching each other. Your dog isn't guessing your mood. They're observing it with a level of visual precision that would make most humans envious. The world your dog sees is faster, sharper, and far more detailed than anything you're aware of presenting. And what they do with that information, that's what makes this next point feel almost spiritual. Fear has a smell. Not metaphorically, literally. When you feel afraid, your body releases a surge of adrenaline, cortisol, and a specific cocktail of stress hormones. These chemicals exit your body through your sweat glands, your breath, and the pores in your skin. To you, undetectable. To your dog, unmistakable. Research from the University of Naples has shown that dogs not only detect human emotional states through scent, but they actually absorb that emotional state. When they smell fear on a human, their own cortisol levels rise. Their heart rate increases. They become anxious too. Not because the situation scared them, but because you scared them, your chemistry became their chemistry. Scientists call this emotional contagion, and in dogs, it doesn't require a hug or a conversation. It travels invisibly through the air. Here's the uncomfortable flip side of this. When you're stressed, chronically, quietly, the way most adults are, your dog is marinating in that stress with you, every day. They can't tell you, they can't fix it. They just absorb it and carry it with them. Studies have found that dogs living with high-stress owners show significantly elevated cortisol levels, disrupted sleep, and anxiety-like behaviors. You didn't do this on purpose. You never meant to share your burden with them, but their nose left them no choice. And yet, the same mechanism works in reverse. When you feel safe and calm and genuinely at peace, your dog smells that too. That's why sitting quietly with a dog can feel like meditation. That's why hospitals use therapy dogs in ICUs and psychiatric wards. Because the chemistry of calm is real, and your dog is transmitting it directly into the air around you. Your dog is not just living in your home. They are living inside your emotional world, without walls, without filters, without escape. That realization alone changes something. But wait, because what your dog can see that you literally cannot see is the most scientifically mind-bending revelation on this entire list. Sit with this one for a moment because it sounds impossible until you understand the science. Your dog may be able to see the Earth's magnetic field. In 2013, a study published in the journal Frontiers in Zoology observed 70 dogs across 37 breeds over 2 years. They noticed something extraordinary. Dogs, when allowed to roam freely, consistently oriented their bodies along the north-south magnetic axis during certain behaviors. The effect was documented across breeds, across sizes, across environments. But the more remarkable piece came later. Research into the visual systems of dogs revealed the presence of cryptochrome, a light-sensitive protein found in the eyes of many animals that is believed to interact with magnetic fields and create a kind of compass overlay in the animal's visual field. In birds, this mechanism allows them to literally see the Earth's magnetic field as a pattern of light and shadow superimposed on their normal vision. It acts like a biological GPS, and the evidence is growing that dogs have a version of this too. If this is true, and the science strongly suggests it is, then your dog walks through the world with a layer of sensory information that has no human equivalent. They don't just know the neighborhood, they know the planet. Every walk is a navigation experience you will never have access to. Think about the times your dog stopped for no reason, stared into the distance, seemed to be reading something in the air you couldn't see. Maybe they were. Maybe the world they were looking at was literally overlaid with a map of the Earth's invisible magnetic lines. You'll never know exactly what they saw in those moments. And that mystery is both beautiful and humbling. But nothing on this list prepares you for the last one, because it's not about what your dog sees in the world. It's about what your dog sees in you. Here's what most people assume. Dogs recognize you mainly by your smell, maybe your voice, maybe your walk. And yes, all of those things are true. But science now knows something more. Something that should make you feel things you're not entirely prepared to feel. A 2015 study from Emory University used fMRI, brain scans, to observe the brains of dogs as they process different types of stimuli. When dogs smelled the scent of their owner, their familiar, beloved human, a specific region of their brain lit up. The caudate nucleus. The same reward center that activates in humans when we see the face of someone we love. Not a stranger, not food, their person. Then a separate study from Japan, published in Science, discovered something even more striking. When dogs and their owners gaze into each other's eyes, both the dog and the human experience a spike in oxytocin, the bonding hormone. The exact same neurochemical mechanism that bonds a mother to her child. The same one that bonds two people who are falling in love. You look at your dog, oxytocin rises. Your dog looks at you, oxytocin rises. You are biologically, chemically bonding with each other through eye contact alone. And your dog sought this out. They evolved this capacity specifically to connect with you. But here's the part that stops you cold. When your dog looks at your face, they don't just see features. Research shows dogs process the human face in a specialized, right hemisphere dominant way, the same lateralized processing humans use for faces we find emotionally significant. Your dog looks at your face the way you look at the face of someone who matters deeply to you. They recognize your emotion, your fatigue, your sadness, your joy. Studies have shown dogs can accurately distinguish happy human faces from neutral or angry ones, and they respond differently to each. They approach happiness. They cautiously observe anger. They press closer to sadness. Your dog sees you. Not a shape, not a smell, you with all the love and all the science that implies. And after everything you've just learned, after the heartbeat and the time and the motion and the chemistry and the magnetic field and the face, you have to ask yourself something. When your dog sits beside you in silence, when they press their head against your leg, when they simply choose to be near you, what are they really doing? They're not just being a dog. They're tracking your heart, reading your chemistry, watching your body language in high definition, orienting to the Earth's field, and looking at your face with a brain that is biologically wired to find meaning there. Every moment your dog spends with you, they are paying more attention to you than any human ever has. More than your closest friend. More than most people who say they love you. Your dog is completely present with you. Every single second, and you thought they were just the dog. The next time they follow you to another room for no reason. The next time they put their head in your lap without being asked. The next time they look up at you with those eyes, remember this, they're not following instinct alone. They're responding to a version of you that is richer, more complex, and more emotionally real than anything you can see yourself. You are their whole world. And they understand that world, your world, better than you realize. If this video changed the way you see your dog, even a little, share it with someone who loves their dog too. They deserve to know this. Subscribe to Canine Intelligence for more videos that go deeper into the science of the bond between you and your dog. Because the more you understand them, the more you understand yourself. Your dog is already watching. Make sure you're watching back.